Hey there, Becca here from Inside the Square, and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can create an image overlay in your Squarespace website. We're going to use a slightly transparent solid color and place it over an image, and I'll also teach you how to do this with a gradient color and how to turn it into a hover effect. Lots of fun stuff to cover today, so let's hop on into my demo site and get started. So here we are in my Squarespace site, and I am using version 7.1, but these on-page image codes will work for any version of Squarespace as long as you use the right selector. So right here, I have a poster image, and this is the main code we're going to use to apply a blue background overlay for this particular image. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this code, which is in the description below, and we're going to navigate to Design, and then scroll all the way down to Custom CSS. I'm going to paste the code right here, and if you already have CSS, just enter a new line and paste the code exactly as I have here, and it's in the description below. You'll notice immediately we have that blue overlay on this image. Now we've adjusted the opacity to 0.8. That stands for 80%. It's going to be 80% visible. If I change that to 0.2, it'll be almost transparent. I can change it to 0.99 and it'll be almost solid blue where we really can't see anything behind it. Change that to whatever overlay transparency level you're looking for. Now I've used the web-safe color name blue, but you can use a hex color code if you want to, or an RGB color code. Any type of color code will do here. Again, a web-safe color name, hex or RGB, even HSL. Just enter that before !important and you'll get this effect. Now I talked about doing two more things in the intro to this video. We're going to actually apply a gradient overlay, and we're going to add this as a hover effect. So instead of saying background and then listing the color name, you can actually list a gradient. Here I have a very simple one that says linear gradient to the right, red to blue. I'll remove that extra semicolon there. There we go. Now we have a gradient that starts with red and moves all the way over to blue on the other side. Now, if you're comfortable with gradients, you can definitely play around with this. Maybe make it at 45 degrees if you want to, or add another color. You've got all kinds of standard gradient options right here. If you're not familiar with gradients, head over to insidethesquare.co/gradients. There, I have a free PDF where you can actually get information about creating a code and grab one of my 35 pre-made gradient codes here. Lots of fun stuff to play with. But if you're comfortable with gradients, all you have to do is change background to the gradient line. Now, last but not least, let's cover that hover effect. I'm going to copy this code, paste it in my CSS over here, and we'll go through this step by step so you know how this works. Scrolling back up to our poster image, if I hover over it, it'll transition to that blue color. So this is the first code we worked with. It says background blue, opacity 0.8. But I've added this part that says only apply this when we hover over the actual poster image. So it says on the poster image, when I hover over it, take that image overlay, give it a blue background, make it 80% visible, and have that transition take 2 seconds. Now we have another set of code down here, and this says for that standard image, take the image overlay, don't let it be visible, and make that transition take 2 seconds as well. If we remove this, we will get the same hover effect, but it'll snap out of it as soon as we move our cursor. So it'll slowly load there for the 2-second transition and immediately go away. If we have this extra code here, we're adding another transition to get it back to normal. You can also remove the transition completely. Remove that extra code, remove the transition line, and it'll be an instant color overlay. Totally up to you. I prefer the transition, so that's why I've added it here. You can change this 2 seconds, as well as this one down here that I forgot to bold before I started recording. Adjust that to the time length that you're going for. Now, we've done everything here for a poster image, but I do want to mention we can apply this to any other image block inside a Squarespace site as long as you have the right selector. This is an overlap image. I'm going to grab the name Design Layout Overlap. I'll replace Design Layout Poster with that word and check it out. Now we get that effect specifically for this overlap image. So you can definitely specify that for the specific image type. This is for an on-page image block, and again, this works in version 7 or 7.1. Just specify the background and the opacity of that background, and then if you want to add a gradient, add it to the background line like this, and if you want a hover effect, grab this code instead. Just make sure you update this transition to the time period or length that you want it to take, and again, change this background color to a solid color or a gradient, whatever you're comfortable with. However you customize this code, just select Save when you're done, and you'll be good to go. Alrighty, that's it for this tutorial, and all of the codes we just worked with are listed in the description below, and I went ahead and labeled them so you knew which one did what, and I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I post a brand new tutorial every single Tuesday, and I want to make sure you catch the latest. Thanks again for watching, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now. If you liked this tutorial, you're gonna love my Squarespace CSS cheat sheet. I put all of my custom codes and pro tips inside one gigantic PDF, available now at insidethesquare.co/CSS. That's insidethesquare.co/CSS.